Hello there, and thank you for joining me on this channel. Today I'd like to talk to you about the voting procedure in the House of Commons. Most of you will have seen footage of the House of Commons, and you may have wondered at the sometimes strange words that the Speaker of the House is very often using. The Speaker of the House is the one who leads the debates, who is responsible for what happens in the House of Commons. When in the House of Commons a debate has been held on a motion, a proposal, if you want, then of course there needs to be a vote. The House of Commons needs to decide whether to accept that motion or to reject it. That is when the Speaker puts the question, as they say. He actively says, "The question is that," and then rephrases the motion. And he goes on to say, "As many as are of that opinion, say aye." Aye means yes. And then the parliamentarians, the MPs who are in agreement with the motion, they will shout aye. The Speaker goes on to say, "Of the contrary, no." And those who are opposed, they shout out no. Then it's up to the Speaker to decide whether, on the basis of the ayes and the noes that he has heard, whether it's easy to decide whether the motion is accepted or not. Sometimes that's very easy to hear. But if the Speaker is in the slightest doubt, he then calls a division. He says, "Division, clear the lobbies." Now, the lobbies he's talking about are two rooms, one for yes voters and one for no voters. And indeed, in the House of Commons, MPs then actively have to go to one of the lobbies, the aye lobby or the no lobby. Now, when the Speaker calls a division, when he says "Division, clear the lobbies," a bell will be sounded in the entire Palace of Westminster. The Palace of Westminster is the building where both the House of Commons and also the House of Lords is situated. And after that bell has sounded, MPs have 8 minutes to go into one of the lobbies. Not everyone is always present in the House of Commons, but when the bell sounds, MPs who are somewhere else in the building, they will know, oh, there's a division, we need to go and vote. They then rush back to the House of Commons. 8 minutes later, the Speaker then says, "Lock the doors." And that's a signal to lock the entries to the two lobbies. The MPs walk through the lobby, they exit through another door, and their votes are registered. Their votes are counted. There are actually 4 MPs, 2 for each lobby, who count the votes. One of them will then go back to the House of Commons, to the chamber, and inform the Speaker of the result. The Speaker then proceeds to confirm that result to the entire chamber, to the House of Commons. He then says, "The ayes to the right," and then a number, "the noes to the left," and then a number. And he draws the conclusion. "So the ayes or noes have it. The ayes or noes have it." He repeats that. And then he comes out with this phrase, "Unlock," which is the phrase that very often baffles people. They say, where does that come from? Because very often in footage, they only hear that conclusion by the Speaker and then that unlock. Of course, that refers to the locked doors of the voting lobbies. The signal, okay, the vote is over, the result is known, the doors to those lobbies can again be unlocked. I hope you found this interesting. As always, if you like this, please give me a like, leave a comment if you want, ask me a question if you want, and if you haven't done so, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you.